There, wonderful people of YouTube. This is JT coming at you with another video. Today I just wanted to throw a quick rant out there. Been thinking about a lot of things and watching a lot of just random videos on YouTube and stuff, and I normally don't do stuff like that. I don't really follow what's going on in the world, and I don't do the TikTok or X or whatever you want to call it. I don't know anything about Instagram or LinkedIn. I couldn't even tell you what that is. I don't know what those apps do. I don't know anything about them. I've never had any interest or care in them at all, and I probably never will. But I've been doing a lot of just, trying to learn stuff lately, and you hear so many crazy things, and I'm like, surely this is all made up and bull crap. Like, it just doesn't seem like reality, So I start watching a lot of videos and dive down rabbit holes trying to learn stuff, and it just blows my mind that these things are real issues, like the trans stuff going on. Okay, if people want to live that way, okay, whatever, let them live that way. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. What blows my mind is that they're forcing it down everybody else's throats, and that they're saying that, children should start taking hormones, and that some areas, I guess, if the parents are against it, they can lose custody of their kids. Like, that is insanity. Like, our ancestors would be rolling over in their graves. And not only that, like, just on okay, say you're a religious person, and you say, oh, well, there's nothing in the Bible that really talks about that type of stuff. Why is that? Like, nowhere in the Bible does it talk about identifying as a freaking cat or a toaster, or, whatever the heck you want to identify as. Why is that? Because people were normal, logical thinkers, and they didn't think anywhere in the future would it be something that needs addressed. Like, if you would have told somebody back then that would be a thing today, they would laugh and think it probably put you in a straitjacket. Because they would just think, like, there is no possible way the world will become that insane. And the fact that people buy into it and it's actually happening, that's even scarier. Like, who are you to try to tell me that I can't try to sway my kid away from that? And how did my kid even start believing in that and talking about that stuff to begin with? It wasn't at home. No, it's that stuff gets pushed on them on social media and the internet and at school and everywhere else, and kids are impressionable, so then they start thinking, oh, I gotta do this or think this way or be this way to fit in and be cool. And a lot of it's just phases, and they're destroying these kids, and suicide rates are climbing like crazy, and they don't see a problem with it. And to me, it's insane that this is even a thing. Like, people need to just stand up and be like, no, enough, grow up, shut up. If you don't like it, oh well, go cry about it. Like, that's how things used to be. And hey, how many generations were just fine? They say this, like, as far as statistics are concerned, this is like some of the worst time in history as far as finances and depression, and I guess I'm supposed to say unalived. I think I might have actually said the other word. That's another one of those things. Like, how dumb is that? People are offended by that. We're not allowed to say, we have to say unalived. Grow up. It's not an offensive word. I have two friends of mine that were very, very dear to me that unalived themselves. And yes, it's hurtful. And thinking about them doing that. But saying that word is triggering and it's offensive, and you got to say unalive. Like, get over yourselves, people. Like, go worry about real issues, like helping homeless people and, fixing education and finances and the economy and trade and violence, like real issues. Go help somebody. Go mow your grass, get off your freaking butts. Stop trying to push all this crap. Because that's what it is at the end of the day. It's crap. And the fact that so many people are raising such a stink over it, and like the cancel culture, canceling stuff that, the stuff that's been around for generations. I heard like that they're trying to cancel Rudolph, or I don't know, something like because of like the Land of Misfits, it promotes segregation. And I mean, come on, it's a cartoon. How many generations watched it? Nobody ever thought it was about segregation until somebody tore it apart and tried to find a reason to cancel it. That's all it is people are just trying to find something to complain about and making a stink out of it. And probably clout chasing, like, oh, my name will go down in history as the jackass that got Rudolph canceled. Ha ha ha. People like that just need slapped in the mouth and told to go home. Go cry about it. No one cares. It's ridiculous. And I'm sorry, I just had to get on here and rant. And I know a lot of people are not going to like what I have to say. And hey, you're entitled to that. But see, that's the thing. Those people, they want to push all this nonsense down everybody else's throat and expect everyone else to follow them. But they don't want to listen to anybody else's opinion. They want it their way or no way. And I've recently been on a kick of watching debates. And it is so funny trying to watch these people debate, because I've watched hundreds of debates, and not one of them... Okay, I take that back. Out of all the debates I've watched, out of the hundreds and hundreds, and now these people in these debates are highly educated, like PhDs and professors and scientists and doctors and, college students, and just a lot of very highly educated people. And there was a couple that, they probably shouldn't have been on a debate online, because it showed that their IQ was not very high, but that was very few. But all these educated people, out of the hundreds I've watched, there was maybe 2 or 3 that even came close to being able to put up a decent argument. 98% of them, I would say, just had no argument at all, or they contradicted themselves every other line. They had no logic, no scientific fact, no good reason behind any of their arguments. It was all like, I feel, I think. Who cares what you think? Who cares what you feel? Feelings aren't facts. Yes, people are entitled to try to feel good and be happy, but because something makes you feel sad doesn't mean you need to go out and cry about it and try to change it for the entire world. So what? You feel some type of way about it. 100,000 other people might love what you hate. We are people. We are individuals. We all like different things. Who are you to ruin something because you don't like it for other people? Honestly, who, these cartoons and logos and shows that everyone's trying to cancel, who are they hurting? Nobody. You don't have to watch that stuff. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't buy it. You don't have to go out of your way to try to get it canceled or ruin it. Same with people's careers. I see all these comedians being canceled. For what? Because they told a joke you don't like? Okay, so you don't like that comedian. Find a different one to watch. It's just insane. that the world is this way today. People have their priorities so mixed up and backwards, and it just blows my mind. Like, I think that the biggest problem, personally, is parenting. Parenting is a problem. It's a dying art. People aren't getting raised properly. They're not getting disciplined enough because everyone's afraid to discipline their children because they'll be considered abuse. And you know what? I don't care. There is a huge difference between discipline and abuse. My kid acts up, they're getting swatted on the butt and yelled at. If that's abuse, oh well, come and arrest me. Your kid talks back, you punch them in the mouth, okay, then you're probably in the abuse area then. But swatting them on the butt and telling them no and scaring them, that kids need that. My parents, I knew what to do and what not to do. I knew, I better not do this. I'm going to get my butt whooped. And I beat my daughter's butt one time when she was younger, much harder than I should have, and I felt horrible about it. Afterwards, I went in my room and cried because I was so upset that I hurt her. I didn't mean to hit her that hard. And it was just a swat on the butt, but I put more force into it than I thought I did. I didn't know my own strength. But I'll tell you this, she never acted up again. I didn't seriously hurt her or traumatize her, but when she was acting up in the future, she knew, oh, Daddy's mad, I better not do this. And she would stop and behave and listen. And she was a great kid. I never had any issues finding babysitters or anyone. They were like, yeah, she's so well behaved. I know people that have 3 kids that have to find 3 different sitters because their kids are so rotten. Everyone's like, I'll watch one of them, but that's it. Like, the world is just insane today. And people need to be able to discipline and not be afraid. And I think, and mental health is definitely a huge, huge issue. You can't tell me it's not, but I think that if those 2 issues got a lot more attention, we would see a huge change in society. And I'm sure I'll talk more on these topics again later. Let me know what your opinions are and your thoughts on these things. But it was just a rant I had to get off my chest. So with that, I'm going to go. Thank you.